You've probably heard the story before about how Michael Jordan was cut from his freshman basketball team before ultimately becoming the best player in the world. Or maybe the one about how Thomas Edison failed over 1,000 times before finally inventing the light bulb. The truth is, there are millions of stories like this in everyday life. People that took a perceived failure and used that as motivation to reach their own success. I like to refer to these failures as, quote, perceived failures, because in reality, they were not failures at all. They were actually the catalyst that ultimately led to these people's success. It could be argued that many of these successes would not even exist at all without failing at first. On a personal side, I've started many businesses that failed, yet each business that failed, there were many takeaways that ultimately led to the next business that was created, and that ultimately led to success in creating our business today. So today I want to talk about 6 ways to turn your failures into successes so you can thrive in today's world. Number 1, celebrate your failures. The celebration of failure is becoming more and more common in the top workplaces of today. I've seen many innovative tech companies that actually praise those that came out and failed when they tried something that was difficult. They encourage their employees to openly share their failures, and some even reward them for taking the risk in the first place. If you don't reward yourself for failing, you won't allow yourself to get outside your comfort zone, and that's where the real growth happens. Identify failure only as a stepping stone. This common belief is that failure should be avoided at all costs. This is dangerous. Instead of always trying to avoid it, reframe your mindset to make failure your direct path to ultimately reaching your success. You have to tell yourself that failure and success are not polar opposites, but are 2 points on the way to reaching your goals. Number 3, get consistent. There's a good chance that if you are doing something new or challenging, you are going to fail at first. Think about the first time you tried to ride a bike or even ice skate. Most certainly you failed time and time again before eventually succeeding at it. We can learn a lot by applying that same childlike consistency to our goals. Yes, you will fail, but the more and more you practice and persist on, the more success you will achieve. Number 4, team up. Find a friend, a family member, a coworker that may also be interested in reaching the same goal as you. Having a partner who is going through the same failures as you are will help bring you both closer to success. If you can't find someone who wants to achieve with you, instead look for a coach or a mentor that can help you get there. Number 5, and this is a theme that runs through most of our podcast episodes if you want to reach success, and that's focus on the present moment. I know it's easy to just sit and think about how you've continued to fail over and over again and all the things that you've done wrong. It's okay to go back and analyze your failures, but only as a way to learn from them. Do not hang on to your failures as a way to become negative about what you are doing. The past is a fantastic tool to learn from, but is the antithesis to living in the present moment, and that's where success actually happens. Number 6, develop what's called a growth mindset. Opposed to living with a fixed mindset where you can't learn and grow from your mistakes, a growth mindset is where you believe that your most basic abilities can be developed through dedication and hard work, that your brains and talent are just the starting point. This view creates a love of learning and a resilience that is essential for great accomplishment. And that was a quote from Carol Dweck, who is the author of a book called Mindset, The New Psychology of Success. And she's the one that came up with the term of a growth mindset versus a fixed mindset. So living with a growth mindset is a competitive advantage compared to most of the people out there that think that others just, quote, get lucky or born with certain talents. You've probably heard, your friends or family members say that, oh, that person is so lucky, or, oh, I wish I had this talent. And those people generally have a fixed mindset. If someone was approaching that with a growth mindset, they would say, oh, that's amazing that this person achieved that. I think I could get there too. Or I want to go apply that to something I'm trying to get better at. So that's the growth mindset versus the fixed mindset. So take these 6 ways to turn your failures into successes and get out there and start succeeding today.